happen, and so you have to be prepared. Here is one survival story of a man who was actually in his house as the tornado ripped away his home. Oh my God. It's here. That's the last phone text Dan Butler sent his wife just seconds before a destructive EF3 tornado ripped their house apart. The home he and his wife Kristen had recently purchased and remodeled.
We gutted the whole house. We did, the bedrooms, the kitchens, the bathrooms. We had actually just finished the house pretty much to where we wanted it.
But on June 1st, 2011, Dan's life completely changed, along with hundreds of others.
Everything is gone!
Who were in the direct path of a destructive tornado that traveled 39 miles from Westfield to Charlton, Massachusetts.
I was actually watching Matt Noyce.
Here's the latest scan, still very well defined.
They were going street by street that day.
It is coming over Main Street now, and it's moving just off to the east toward Munson Road.
And when I realized that it actually hit Munson, I started hearing the reports of how bad it was. And I honestly thought we weren't going to make it.
Unfortunately, Dan was right to fear the worst. 3 people had just perished west of him, and the tornado wasn't done yet. It toppled houses and tossed cars as it headed right towards his home.
I ran down the stairs, ran up back, and I was standing actually pretty much where we're at, looking to the west, and if you just stood and watched the clouds for a while, you could tell clouds this way were getting sucked in that way pretty quick. And you could hear it. That was the craziest thing.
Dan grabbed his dogs and jumped into the basement, and at 5:18, the tornado was at his doorstep.
Your ears just popped from the pressure change, and then felt like all the wind got sucked out of me for a minute, like you got punched in the gut, and it got loud. I heard glass, I heard booms. I mean, literally 10 seconds. That was it.
In those 10 seconds, most of his house was destroyed, and about 40 of his trees were uprooted, but he was alive.
I remember all the glass and stuff, and I remember feeling it going down the back of my shirt and all those things, and then I started thinking, has anything pierced me, or because I had that chest pain and everything from the wind and the pressure.
As Dan emerged from under the rubble, he saw all the devastation to his neighborhood, and his physical pain quickly became emotional pain.
Then you go through this emotional roller coaster for weeks afterwards. I remember there was a couple days where we were more geared towards helping other people. We were go, trying to help clear people's yards, and you don't think about it. And then nighttime hits, and you got no power still. You got no, we had tarps for roofs. The whole back of our house was wide open.
It's taken the last 3 years for the couple to rebuild their house. This time around with a baby room.
Yeah.
Not too long after the terrible June day, they found out Kristen was expecting a baby girl, who has brought them joy and the hope for a new beginning once again. And of course, we're so happy that they're okay, but the main thing he said was that he was watching the tornado watches and warnings, and he paid attention, because if not, it could have cost him his life. So,
listening to Matt.
Exactly. It's very important to make sure that you take it seriously, because it does happen here.
What a story. And him reliving it had us reliving it as well. We could feel that tension, and we're happy everyone's okay. Nelly, great story.
Thank you.
So interesting.